Hi everyone. My name is Yana. I'm a Google logistics specialist, and I handle delivering a business's target audience with the required parameters. And in today's video, I'd like to talk once again about AI Max. This is our search tool with AI functionality. I released a video on my YouTube channel announcing what's included, why this AI Max exists, and which company it's derived from. And today, I'll show the first results in AI traffic, how to find it, where to see that this is traffic that came specifically from AI. We'll look at a few advertising campaign options to see, first of all, the quality of the traffic that this AI Max generates. Second, whether our conversions have increased since we launched it. Of course, we'll only see this in 1 or 2 campaigns, since those were the first launches. And third, maybe we'll take a look at the overall concept of what we have. Remember, AI Max is still a search tool with artificial intelligence functionality. As we know, artificial intelligence is very smart and cool, but it still needs to be trained further to generate the right results. So now let's go through it a bit. These are just the first runs. We're not going to be overly critical or nitpicky about it. But let's get started. I think we'll start with an advertising campaign option. Probably, let's start with this one. In this one, for the first time, the AI feature was enabled, launched around June 4th, and we'll compare it across several parameters. Well, first is performance in terms of conversions. Right, here we have 5 and 2 conversions. It's clear here that the success is undeniable. Slightly fewer impressions per 100, but that's most likely due to budget constraints, because the bidding strategy was changed there. Our conversion rate has increased, which is quite good. The cost per click here shows an increase, but for example, we'll compare the cost per click before and after in terms of what was being generated. Keep in mind that the bidding strategy was also changed here. So, what are we doing? We have a product here. It's called an irrigator. So, let's take a look at it as an example to see what we have. We have a match type. We have this AI Max. Here it is. The average cost per click for it is $19.29. It generated only 2 conversions for us. Not a lot. It spent about 1,000 hryvnias on all this and generated around 52 clicks. But we understand that this is for the queries that I can see. We also have another block with other queries that we won't see, and most likely, AI will be present there as well. What can we notice? We can notice that with some keywords, this doesn't match up. So, it won't be clear to us. This is most likely, as I said, going to be an analog of DPO. The type of semantics the system selects is still as broad as possible for now. For irrigators, I see that it shows up even for some grammatical mistakes like irrigator or orgator. Well, something like that. So that's okay, let it be, like top budget irrigators and so on. Okay, you could negative match some of those, sure, but before this, classic search didn't do that, didn't get those conversions. And now let's compare, in general, the other match types, besides AI, before and after. For us, before and after, well, practically nothing changes per conversion. The traffic volume increased, but that could primarily be because we changed the bidding strategy. The cost per click went up everywhere, so AI isn't necessarily more expensive. It's more related to the bidding strategy. But if you look at it, in my personal opinion, it was actually the keywords that generated less of this overall traffic. There are more phrases here with buy or some kind of brand component and so on. So for now, it's still unclear with this ad campaign whether it's good or not. But for example, I'm showing you a campaign where the AI kicked in on June 12th. I'm recording this today, on the 13th, so it's really hard to say anything yet. And what I'm really interested in is the quality of the traffic. Here we have women's trimmers showing up, which is a very key factor, and I just want to look at the quality of the traffic. Beauty device, I have no complaints about that. For heel cleaning, I don't understand why a trimmer is for cleaning heels, but okay. A machine for heels, okay. Razors, epilators, okay, for depilation, then foot files, heel graters, which we don't have. Trimmers, I don't like these keywords for one simple reason, because we don't know what kind of trimmer it is. Because if you've ever sold power tools, you know that the word trimmer can mean a lot of things. You can show anything, including lawn mowers. That's right, grass trimmers. And here, among all these brand and model-specific queries, there probably is something like for grass or something similar. But here we have a transition to for shaving the scrotum, intimate areas, and electric scythe. This is an example of how well or poorly the system can actually understand, or how good or bad, the structure of your site is in general. Whether it selects the right words or not. Basically, I can't really complain here, because there was only one impression, one view for the electric scythe. But just think about it for a second. Where's the connection between an electric scythe and, say, a women's trimmer? Also, there are facial massagers, so there's a lot of overlap going on here. And of course, the cordless scythe also popped up here, 3 impressions, so the total number of impressions was only 156 yesterday. We only got 3 clicks. We can try to see what those clicks were for. This one's for hair cutting, and this one's a machine for heels. Here you go. This is what we have present. Women's trimmer, women's. Now, pay attention to the type of keywords we've selected. Women's, women's, women's trimmer, women's, women's, women's. So, clearly, the electric scythe couldn't have shown up for these queries. I'm now going to show you the website. We also have a campaign that started getting traffic from June 5th. Unfortunately, I don't see any conversions yet. There were only 55 clicks here and almost 1,000 impressions. We'll need to look at the cost per click a bit later. Basically, we can take a look at how the average CPC, that is, the cost per click, has changed. But that's not really an indicator yet, because there could have been some strategy changes affecting it. Or is it somehow unreasonable? No, I wouldn't say it's anything extreme. Somewhere it might be high, somewhere low, but it's within certain limits. Massagers, right, let's take a look. Well, overall, if we skim through this whole thing, a very broad type of traffic is being selected. I'm actually curious, why this particular type of traffic? Maybe it's just the semantics that are associated with all of this. Well, massagers, massagers, massagers. I mean, it's not bad, but when you select keywords more purposefully, your semantics will probably be of higher quality than what AI Max generates. So for now, I don't see any conversions. If we take, for example, broad, exact, or phrase match, then of course there will be significantly more conversions in this whole story. So for now, manual keyword selection is winning. The classic approach. So for now, these are just the first results based on, well, 2 or 3 product groups. You can roughly estimate from that. Of course, this is all about AI. I mean, to say that AI should immediately give you a really great result. Most likely, you need to teach it how to work a bit first. Maybe here, some changes in strategy options overlapped with each other. Okay. But the question still remains open, like with electric scythe and a bit of trimmers. The semantic selection is a bit off, meaning the AI still doesn't fully understand what this product is about. Most likely, it's necessary to maybe analyze the semantics and keywords set in your site's title, meta headlines, and meta descriptions somewhere additionally. Because, after all, that's where it will primarily take the semantics from. Well, if we're using that AI they advertise to us, and we're not feeding it the specific pages we need to target,